afternoon, everybody. This is the one and only here on YouTube, which is Heavy Metal 95 here. Today we're going to be doing a review on the album, not just really an album, it's actually more of a demo review. So today we're going to be reviewing the very first demo from the band Ghost, or you know them as Ghost BC by any other thing as well, of all things. You know, formed by Tobias Forge himself. So we're going to be doing the review of this one because this demo tape has recorded it first as a audio cassette as well, when it had 3 songs on there. But it was also, because I'm going to also include the 4th track on there because it was also available on the CD that was available on Discogs, which I'm going to tell you more about it later as well. So we'll get into a little brief history about this as well, because when the band Ghost formed as a band in like the late 2000s, they were formed under the name of Ghost with 2 former members, Gustav Lindstrom and Simon Soderberg. They created a cassette tape as Demo, or Demo 2002, which is a 4-track demo, where they recorded tracks between 2008 and 2009. It was released on March 10th, 2010, where it had only 4 tracks on the songs, when they were limited to like 7 copies as well. However, these other identifiers were alleged bootlegs of the tape. They were being resold, and still are, for cheap thing as well. However, this had some songs that later appeared to be ended up on their first album, Opus Eponymous, on October 18th, 2010, 5 months later, after Ghost released their demo tape as well. And normally I actually never own a copy of this on CD or demo tape, audio cassette. But then again, I never own a copy of it, to be honest though, because did I own it? No, not exactly. But I listened to it for free on YouTube. The entire demo, which also includes the song Elizabeth on there, which it also was released as a single, which I'll tell you more about this one. However, this was credited as the tracks listed and written by a Ghoul writer, so it's basically the identified name that Tobias Forge uses on the idea of how Ghost had this as well, accordingly. So let's go into the songs. Track 1, Prime Mover. Okay, this song has some heavy influence of like either Uriah Heep and Black Sabbath kind of feel as well. Because there's some darkest occult satanic lyrics, if you listen to the lyrics of the song Prime Mover, Bloodline of the Dark Architect, Toxic Blood of Not Known Birth, Antichrist Will Walk the Earth, Prime Mover, Maternal Slave. Yeah, it just basically has like these dark satanic lyrics as well, because, however, this is the real reason this was ended up on Ghost's debut album, Opus Eponymous, before they did their instrumental track, Genesis, as well. Track 2, Death Knell. This had some, like, heaviest influence in it, with some, like, Black Sabbath influence feel as well, because, you know, like, the early Black Sabbath influence as well. Considered for this as well, because there's some, like, satanic lyrics, like 666, Evoke the King of Hell, Strike the Death Knell, as well as other lyrics, like Receive the Beast of Evil, as well as other lyrics, like spelling out the name Satan, which is spelling out Satan under spell of the death knell. Those are those dark lyrics in this song like this. And for the whole way, I just wanted to come by. This had some like backing vocals I hear that almost has that sound like, reminded me of like some like old classic rock bands that came out in the 70s, like Uriah Heep or Blue Oyster Cult, with a bit of like doom metal feel. Track 3, Ritual. Yeah, Ghost has performed this song live in the 2010s, which is how, well, before that, because this song, Ritual, has that classic rock guitar riffy intro at the beginning, which almost sounds like Uriah Heep or Blue Oyster Cult sound to this. However, in the heavier guitar riff parts, that has that guitar riff that is based on a reminiscent of Symphony of Destruction by Megadeth from their album Countdown to Extinction as well. However, Ghost has performed this song live throughout when the decade. They have performed this song live as well. And yes, this is the real reason why I just wanted to come across for this song, like Ritual. Because this one has like some dark lyrics as well. Because no wonder why this song has ended up on their first album, Opus Eponymous. Which, this all makes sense though, because I never knew that Ghost would make a song like Ritual that always ended up on their first album, Opus Eponymous. Which, that was... makes a lot of sense though, because yeah, it's just basically, it has to the whole curiosity I had, because I'm just really curious that this was part of the 3-track originally on. However, this was recorded back in 2009. However, the other two were recorded in late 2009. Well, the songs Prime Mover and Death Knell were recorded in 2008. However, the 3rd track, Ritual, well, it was recorded back in 2009. And that's the real reason that Ghost released their demo as of March 2010 or something. However, the first 3 of the songs, like Death Knell, Prime Mover, and Ritual, have ended up appearing on their first album, Opus Eponymous, which I have never thought about that as well, especially if you're listening to the fact for this as well. And track 4, Elizabeth, the song that was recorded also. This one had some Merciful Fate gypsy influence on there, but there's some like organ keyboard sounds that almost sounded like Uriah Heep influence on there, or Pink Floyd, or any other like 70s classic rock band that played that, because I just wanted to come by Yeah, this was another song Ghost recorded back in 2010. Yeah, the song Elizabeth is basically about the evil Hungarian Countess Elizabeth Bathory, who is torturing and killing virgins in the because she's like Dracula as well. Especially whatever you wanted to come by on these lyrics. Like, they had a firm of it would keep her forever young. Yeah. The band, when the band recorded the 3-track demo in 2010, they released it the only single on June 20th, 2010. This song was released as a single, but it was later added on their first album, Opus Eponymous, on October 18th, 2010, which I'm going to include that on there as well, because... However, when the song Elizabeth was released as a single, it came with Death Knell as that has appeared from the Ghost's first demo, 3-track demo tape they did. They added it as the B-side to the song Elizabeth, because this song, out of all this, 4 of those songs have later ended up being appeared on their first album, Opus Eponymous. Yeah, and then that's before Ghost performed live in October 2010. When they performed live in San Francisco during the Opus Eponymous era as well. Yep. So, apparently, for whatever I wanted to come by, well, before we get to that as well, I never knew Ghost would release a 4-track demo as a single. No, not really a single, but also on CD as Ghost Demo 2009, which includes Elizabeth on there, as when it was before it was released as a single in 2010, but it was only released on one of those unofficial releases that are limited editions, which it also includes their first book show when they performed live at the Underworld in Camden, London on October 24th, 2010, when they performed live as well. But then again, this is how Ghost has released it on these like unofficial CDs as well, because which is very interesting. Yeah, apparently, yeah, this is before Ghost performed live at the Underworld at Camden, which is in London, their first headline show, which is 6 days after their first album, Opus Eponymous, was released as well. Because I just wanted to come by on learning the history about the band Ghost in there as well, because needless to say, these songs from the demos Ghost recorded have ended up being on their first album, Opus Eponymous, as well, which is pretty interesting, though. Yep. Yeah, that's what I was realizing, too. However, the demo never got on a record label because they never did. Excuse me. Ghost never released on the label on the demo because they released it with all independent as well. because they haven't got a record label yet. But overall, the songs are how it ended up being on their first album, Opus Eponymous, as well. The music is good. The guitars are well played. The vocals from Tobias Forge sounds very like reminiscent of like Uriah Heep, Black Sabbath, and Blue Oyster Cult. If you listen to the demo as well, the drums are very good. I liked the keyboards in that one, like these 60s organ keyboard sound like that. And if you want to listen to this, give it a listen as well. I really love the demo. 10 out of 10 for this one. So that's going to be it for my review. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel, especially new to the channel. Be sure to check out my metal song history and rock song history on my channel if you're new to the channel. Hit the notifications bell button for more surprises if you miss anything new. Smack the like button if you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment in the comment section below if you like as well. Just let me know you thought about the demo from the band Ghost as well. Just let me know in the comments below as well. This is Heavy Metal 95 signing off, and thank you for watching my video, and I'm glad you liked it. Hope you enjoy it. Hope to see you soon for the next video. Be sure to stay safe and stay healthy. Hope you all have a great day. Take care. Goodbye for now. Stay tuned for more videos as well, because I got them planned for what's in store for more here.